Hey, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're watching The Big Bang Theory. This is the second episode of the second season. Hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you'd like to watch today's full episode, it is available for free in the link in the description below. Just click it, put a password in, and enjoy. So obviously we ended season 1 with Leonard and Penny going out on a date, and then obviously we've seen the aftermath of that. Last episode, the first episode of the second season, where he was returning, seemed to go pretty well. He gave her a kiss. He was getting spied on by Howard and Raj. You know, they set up a camera in the hallway. Leonard was like, look, should we go into your apartment? He was saying that just to get away from his his mates watching them. She was insinuating a different thing, and she was like, look mate, I think we should go a little bit slower. He was like, yeah, that's fine, no dramas, and obviously went their separate ways. Later on in the day, you know, Penny was doing some washing. Sheldon was there as well. She confided a secret in him about obviously liking Leonard and X, Y, and Z and all that, and obviously we know what Sheldon's like with secrets. He has to go deep into it. Because he couldn't actually hold it and he didn't want to tell Leonard, he decided, that's it, I need to move out. He bounced around everybody's places. He was annoying everybody. He actually really was, until it obviously was revealed to Leonard that obviously she felt a little bit, I don't know, dumbed down, you know what I mean? Because he's so intellectually smart and she's obviously not on that wavelength. She wanted to try and impress him and she don't really want to feel like obviously she's not worthy, and that's why she told him a little lie by saying that she went to college when she actually didn't, because like I said, she was trying to impress him. And then he's come over and tried to reassure her that it's okay, you know, like you don't really need to go, I like you for who you are, but here's some leaflets to go to college. You know what I mean? And that's where Leonard went wrong, and she was like, mate, you know what I mean, I'm not having none of this, and slammed the door in front of his face. So it was interesting. I enjoyed the first episode. Like I said, I didn't really know that it was the end of season 1, to be honest, moving into the second season. So now we're in the second season, mate. I can't wait to see if new characters are introduced. That's a big one. New characters, new relationships. I'm excited. Thanks for checking it out. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you do, please smash like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump in to the second episode of the second season of The Big Bang Theory.
Worst Renaissance fair ever. It was rife with historical inaccuracies.
Nitpicking.
Oh, really? Well, here's another nit for you. The flagons would not have been made of polypropylene.
Renaissance fairs aren't about historical accuracy. They're about taking chubby girls who work at Kinko's and lacing them up in corsets so tight their bosom jumps out and says howdy.
If anything, they would have said huzzah.
I don't care what the bosoms say, Sheldon. I just want to be part of the conversation.
Hi, guys. You guys, this is my friend Eric.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey.
So yeah, good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see you too.
Like your hat.
Thanks, my mom made it. Penny with a new guy, Trey awkward.
By moving on, do you mean she's going out with other men and you spend the afternoon making 15th century soap with Wolowitz?
Those people need to learn you can't just put ye old in front of anything you want and expect to get away with it.
Can I please just go in? My chainmail's stuck in my underwear.
Fashioned historically accurate undergarments out of linen.
You went out and bought linen?
Don't be silly. I borrowed one of your pillowcases.
I'm happy that Penny's moving on. It gives me the freedom to move on myself.
Are you saying that you've been holding back?
Of course. What about that girl last year at Comic-Con?
Doesn't count.
Why not?
What happens in costume at Comic-Con stays at Comic-Con.
You're only saying that because of what happened to you.
What happened to you?
Nothing happened to me. What about Leslie Winkle?
Oh, no.
Why?
Her research methodology is sloppy, she's unjustifiably arrogant about loop quantum gravity, and to make matters worse, she's often mean to me.
Look, I like Leslie, but she's not interested in dating as much as using men as tools for stress release.
Yeah, so be a tool. Go get yourself a little rebound stress release.
You know how I know we're not in the Matrix? If we were, the food would be better.
Hey, Leonard.
Hey, Leslie.
Hey, dummy.
Hello to you, insufficiently intelligent person. I'm going to go do work that promises significant results, as opposed to what you do, which does not. Yeah, you heard me.
I heard your relationship with Penny crashed to the ground like blue ice falling out of an airplane lavatory. Anyway, it got me thinking, now that you're unattached, maybe we can revisit our previous attachment. It's time to slow things down, and who better to slow things down with than you?
Oh. I'm flattered.
It was kind of like a compliment and a backhand at the same time.
Yes, we proceed.
Your place will order Chinese, you'll rent a movie, artsy but accessible, then light petting, no coitus. Call me.
She is quite an alpha, to be honest. She's really good. I would love her to stay a recurring character throughout the whole show. But like, it is true. She's like an alpha. You like, her personality is so strong. If you dropped her into this friendship group, I reckon that she'd be the lead decision maker. You know what I mean? The person that rises to the top. Like, her personality is the strongest, and I do like it. But also, this show does so much advertising, honestly. You have the position, the 7-Up, the Diet Coke. And I've never really noticed before that it's called Diet Cola. Now, I drink a lot of Coke Zero, and I actually got one here. I was just looking at it. It's called Coca-Cola, which I never really noticed. I just thought it said Coke, but it actually says Coke there, Zero. So I think that's really interesting. It's called Coca-Cola and Coke. Like, I don't know. But yeah, Diet Cola. It sounds like, I don't know. It sounds like a cheaper one. Do you not think? Like, everyone's used to just calling it Coke and Cola. I feel like it sounds like you can go in the shop and buy one for like 10p, like 50 cents. You know what I mean? Like a cheap, nasty one.
Mom sent me my old Nintendo 64. This means, don't you? Break out the Red Bull. It's time to rock Mario, old school. Look, Mom included the memory card. We can pick up right where I left off in 1999 when I had pernicious anemia.
Well, the thing is, someone's coming over.
But no problem. I have 3 controllers. The more the merrier.
Sheldon, it's a date. I have a date coming over.
You can't blame me for not jumping to that conclusion. Leonard, I am a published theoretical physicist with 2 doctorates and an IQ which can't be accurately measured by normal tests. How much scarcer could I be?
Sheldon? What are you doing?
Playing Super Mario on a poorly coded Nintendo 64 emulator? I am a modern-day Napoleon exiled to the Elba of the staircase because Leonard, get this, has a date.
Yeah, but why are you sitting here? Why don't you just go to a movie or something?
Own?
Yeah, why not?
What if I choke on my popcorn? Who will administer the Heimlich maneuver?
Well, why don't you go to a coffee shop?
I don't drink coffee.
They have other things.
What do they have?
I don't know, cookies, pastries.
Pastries such as bear claws?
Yeah, sure.
I don't like bear claws. All the overrated physicists in all the labs in all the world. Why does it have to be Leslie Winkle? Everybody has a date. Even you, Mario, going after Princess Peach. And what am I doing? I'm just enabling you.
How many children do you think we should have? I'm sorry. That was a little abrupt. Besides shortness, what genetic weaknesses run in your family?
I'm sorry to interrupt. Battery's dying. Continue.
Genetic weaknesses, right. There's the lactose intolerance.
Don't forget the male pattern baldness.
What now?
I have to make pee-pee.
Sure you're okay postponing intercourse until our relationship is past the initial viability test?
No problem. I'm very skilled at postponing intercourse.
It wasn't my cat. It was an experiment designed by this guy.
He's gonna kiss her as she walks around. Oh, shooting his cat.
Charlie Brown cartoons?
Oh, we should do an episode called Double Date. That would be good.
Well, good night.
Okay, well, good night.
Does she know that he likes her?
Okay, that's enough.
Call me.
I do like Leslie.
Right.
Is she just gonna push him away now?
Okay, good night.
What?
Had a great time, ciao.
I'm sorry. I am not going back to the Renaissance Fair.
You can go dressed as a Star Trek science officer exploring a planet similar to Earth in the 1500s.
Why don't we all move over there so Leslie can join us? Yeah, let's do it. Don't make this hard for me.
It's not hard. It's simple. You can either sit with me, your friend, colleague, and roommate, or you can sit with an overrated scientist you might have sex with.
He's gonna sit on that table. The thing is, right, I've noticed, I've said it with Leonard before, like, his character's not really that funny and stuff, but, like, he's alright. I don't dislike him, but he serves Sheldon's purpose. That's what that's what I picked up on from the first season and moving into the second. Like, without Leonard, Sheldon wouldn't be as he is. You know what I mean? He's quite dominant, Sheldon. And, like, I know I was talking about the main characters and who is it, and technically I would say this show is the main characters of Sheldon and Leonard, with the reoccurrence of the others as sporadically around it, because they don't have as much airtime, screen time as them. But I do feel like they all contribute well. And I feel like he wouldn't be as good if Leonard wasn't there as his roommate. And obviously, like, it bounces off him. His decisions bounce off Leonard, and Leonard's bounce off him, and it makes the characters who they are. So I actually do like Leonard. I just wouldn't rank him in the funny category if that was like one of them, if that makes sense.
Hey, Sheldon.
Penny?
Third floor tonight? Mixing it up? You know, I still don't understand why you don't just go to dinner or something.
All right, let's say I go to dinner alone, and during the meal I have to use the restroom. How do I know someone's not touching my food? Are you sure things can't work out with you and Leonard?
Excuse me?
I'm just wondering if you really gave it the old college try. Leonard is upstairs right now with my arch enemy.
Your arch enemy.
Yes, the Dr. Doom to my Mr. Fantastic. It's amazing how many supervillains have advanced degrees.
That is true.
I'm screening those people out. Me dumbass.
I know, I heard.
Given this situation, I have no choice but to withdraw my previous objections to your ill-considered relationship with Leonard.
You must know that if Leonard and Leslie want to be together, nothing you can do is going to stop it.
Why am I doing all the giving here? If Leonard's really my friend, why doesn't he have to support me in my hatred of Leslie Winkle? Oh, Mario. If only I could control everyone the way I control you. Leonard, you're my friend. And friends support their friends, apparently. So I'm withdrawing my objection to your desire to have a relationship with Leslie.
Thank you.
I will graciously overlook the fact that she is an arrogant, subpar scientist who actually believes loop quantum gravity better unites quantum mechanics with general relativity than does string theory.
Are you gonna let him talk to me like that?
Okay, well, there's a lot of merit to both theories.
No, there isn't. Only loop quantum gravity calculates the entropy of black holes. Loop quantum gravity is the future of physics.
Sorry, Leslie, I guess I prefer my space stringy, not loopy.
Tell me, Leonard, how will we raise the children?
I guess we wait until they're old enough and let them choose their own theory.
We can't let them choose, Leonard. They're children. I could have accepted our kids being genetically unable to eat ice cream or ever get a good view of a parade. This is a deal breaker.
On the bright side.
What's the bright side?
Only 9 more months to Comic-Con.
He looks alright, to be fair.
Captain, I'm getting an unusual reading.
Yeah, that's great. You guys want corn dogs?
Corn dogs didn't come into existence till the first half of the 20th century.
Like I said, mate, you know, I realised that without Leonard, there's no Sheldon. Without Sheldon, there's no Leonard. They have to be together to make each characters worth it. You know what I mean? And, like, I know that obviously he was saying, to be honest, I thought he posed a decent thing. You know, if I was best mates with somebody and I was like, I really hate X, like, a proper hater, don't want to be around her, she does my head in, she belittles me, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not her biggest fan. I would not expect my friend to then be like, yo, I'm going to go out and date her. I'd be like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, you're supposed to be my best mate. Like, why are you literally going to the enemy? You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that's dead deep into it, looking into it, but that's the context of what he was trying to say to Penny. Now, I understand that Penny was saying, yeah, but on the flip side is, your friend, he's looking for somebody that makes him happy. And if X is that person, then why can't you be happy for him? Again, it's a good counter towards it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it actually really is, but how long has the hatred been there first? Like, you would have to look at how long has the beef been and how long has the feelings been. Because if you've been beefing for 5-6 years and then the feelings have only happened in the last year or so, then the beef wins. You know what I mean? Friendship trumps all day. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it was interesting. And to be honest, they should thank him. He come in, he actually gave the thumbs up, the approval, the acknowledgement that he's happy for them to be in a relationship. Do you know what I mean? Like, he didn't come in with the intention to actually sabotage. But because obviously Leslie and Sheldon are butt heads and they go at it all the time, they've gone up and had another argument. And because actually Sheldon, his theory and what he believes is actually on the side of Leonard as well. They both on the same side. You know, that was a deal breaker for you know, for Leslie. So I think Leslie's a decent character. Like I said, we use her well, bring her in, bring her out, and she's not fully in it all of the time, which I don't really mind. But like I said, mate, when we drop the extra characters in, the episodes are always a bit decent, a bit more funnier, you know what I mean? And it is true, you know, we don't see them go on many dates, and if Penny and Leonard are not going to be together, then I would like to see more of them, you know, like, going out. And I'd like to see more of Penny's dates with the guys that she's with as well, because she actually is always with one here and there, but we never actually truly get to know them as a person. We know Leslie, and we've seen her personality, and I think she's alright, and I'd like to see more. I'd also like to do that on Penny's side, you know what I mean? Who's she with, and give her a bit more screen time. episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Now, interestingly, you know, the whole episode kind of happened because, I don't know, Leonard had basically seen that Penny was going out with another guy, and he was kind of jealous, so he's like, look mate, you know, she's moving on, I need to move on. But technically, like, was there any reason for Penny to move on? I always feel like it's Penny the one doing the advancements, the one that's obviously kind of like, I won't say ending their relationships, but she's the one that obviously takes the next step and makes him feel, I don't know, a little bit crap or whatever you want to say in this episode, sad and upset. It was like, you know, the episode where she was with somebody and he wanted to throw all these games away and stuff, and then the episode today, she's with somebody and he wanted to go out on a different date. Mike, they went out on a date on episode 17 in the first season, and it seemed to go really well, and obviously they ended they started the first episode of this season kind of like together in the aftermath of it, and he was kissing and he was saying we should take it slow, and it seemed to be going all good and that, and she was talking to, you know what I mean, so like, you think about it, our last episode she was talking to Sheldon how she wanted to impress him and how she felt like she was not as clever for him, and she wanted to you know, make sure that she was worthy of being with somebody so intellectual, and she didn't always, like, I don't know, what, feel bad that she can't actually be on his wavelength. And I kind of get it, and it shows that she's got an attraction and intention, she wants to impress, you know what I mean, and then you move on to the next episode and she's with somebody else. Now I understand that they had a little argument and a little disagreement at the end, because obviously she revealed that she never actually went to college, and he was like, look mate, you can actually go to one, here's the leaflets, and then she was like, blah blah blah, and he was having a little argument, but that's not enough to like move on for the next episode to have a different guy. That's what I don't kind of get. Like, if you look at it, I don't know if it's supposed to be a big thing or not, the way them two ended up going on a date in the end of the first season, because usually you do season finales that's like these big things where you're like, oh, I can't wait for the second season, I can't wait for the third season, what's that cliffhanger? But like I said, I didn't even know that the finale of the first season was the finale of the first season, and it just ended with them two going on a date, and I was like, oh, is that the big story? And then moved into episodes are already kind of broken up and dating other people, you know what I mean? So it's a bit strange really what they're doing with that, but like I do like obviously the progression that we're going forward, because we are with those two anyway as a couple or a unit or whatever, their story's kind of being told. I don't feel like everybody else yet has got a story that's going that way, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like Leonard and Penny's story is going forward. Whether it's the direction you want it to, I don't know, but it's always going on a date, dating somebody else, breaking up, moving forward. With everybody else, it's just like being there, being a roommate, being clever, being there. And it's like, I would like somebody else to also get a story and go forward. Go to Friends, for example. You had Ross and Rachel, they was continuously moving. You had Monica and Chandler, again, once it was established, continually moving. You had Joey always trying to be an actor and stuff, and it was like a consistent thing, though. It was like a thing that you could nail down. Everybody knew Joey was an actor, and he was trying to go forward. Do you know what I mean? And that was his thing, and obviously sponging off Chandler. But here, I don't really know what Rise does. I don't really know what Howard does. You know, I don't really know really what Penny's doing that much, even though she is in an established relationship or storyline, which is decent for her. I would like the others to get some. I know that they're scientists and they work here and they do that, but like, give them something and then boom, make it be a consistent thing. Do you know what I mean? So I'm excited to see that coming, because obviously it's going to, and they're going to get in relationships. We can't just have it Penny and you know, Penny and Leonard consistently. Everybody else has got to get involved soon, so it'll be exciting. Thanks for checking out today's episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please smash a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers guys.